Oh my god,
Why didn't I get
this
this
is so
done?
dumb.
Why can't I do this right? I freaking hate school. Get out.
My name is Star. I come from the communities of Santa Clara Pueblo, as well as a Mexican Hispanic woman. I love my school in SFIS. I love my community that I'm with, and I truly adore everyone who's close to me. I wanted to do something for them to share their voice, since nobody likes to talk about it. Are academics their whole identity? Do they think of themselves as more than academics? Before working with anyone in my current grade, I had to start from scratch, with the youth. On Monday, November 10th, 2025, I worked with the 3rd and 6th grade classes back at my home community school. I asked them what their core value was, the schools and their home. Many considered tradition as their personal core values as well as home. However, after working with the youth, I realized I needed to go back in time and actually look back at the history of how school came to be in the Americas. It starts with the first contact in Southwest Pueblo tribes in 1540. Spanish settlers began an expedition. It wasn't until 1598 where settlement began. Located specifically in the Southwest Pueblo tribes, as well as the Hopi and Navajo. All the Pueblo tribes were organized into 70 compact towns. Although the Pueblo people were used to being raided by others, they did not expect an invasion from a conquering army. Using methods they used during the Real Conquista, the Spanish were brutal. They used food labor and women, who were then raped and forced into concubinage. In 1653, the very first American school was formed. In the United States, established on April 23, 1653, it was specifically established in Boston, Massachusetts, known as the Boston Latin School. Although this was the very first school in America, it was a boys-only school. It was a strictly college preparatory school that taught Latin and Greek. In the 18th century, an act was passed to start the process of boarding schools in the U.S. During the famous time, the line "to kill the Indian and save the man" had surfaced. The schools ran from 1860 to as late as 1978. The men of the school were taught labor work, and the women were taught household chores in order to be the perfect wife. During this, Native youth faced as much punishment when any resistance was given. The punishments ranged from not allowing food to denying medical attention, which led to many schools having high likelihoods of getting tuberculosis, the flu, and even trachoma. The treatment inside the schools was worse. Hundreds of thousands of Native children were removed from their homes and placed into boarding schools. Most schools were operated by federal government as well as the churches. By 1900, there were about 20,000 children in boarding schools, and by 1925, the number had tripled. Native children who were forcibly or voluntarily removed from their families and communities during this time were taken to schools that were far away. They were punished for speaking their native tongue and were banned from acting in any way that might represent the traditional and cultural practices, as they redeemed that to be as witchcraft and unholy. They were stripped of their traditional clothing, their hair was cut off, and many personal belongings were taken away from them. Many children suffered physical, sexual, cultural, spiritual abuse as well as neglect. They also experienced treatment in many cases that consisted of torture just for speaking their native languages. Many of these children did not make it back home. In 1987, a Welfare Act was passed. The purpose of this act was to protect the best interest of Indian children and to promote stability and security of Indian tribes and families by establishment of minimum federal standards for the removal of Indian children and placement of such children in homes which were reflecting unique values of Indian culture. This brought many of the children home to their families and away from boarding schools to those who were still attending them by force. During the beginning of COVID in 2020, when all cultures had to come to a stop, in Georgia, specifically at Woodstock High School in Ottawa County, they temporarily moved to remote classes after 14 cases of COVID-19. Many other schools decided to do this as well when more positive cases came in. Many staff members, as well as students in Cherokee County, had been placed on temporary quarantines, according to the district. This could only mean that out of the small county, more students were affected by the sudden change in their regular learning pace, which soon affected every country around the world. Not only did COVID-19 affect people globally, but stress does too, specifically in high school students. In China, one of the most hardest and stressful tests is the Gaokao test. It is a test that determines the rest of someone's life, from their university to their job. Millions of high schoolers around China take this test to get to the top university responsible for the Gaokao, and they have to get the best scores, or else they will lose thousands of places to get in. Most of the time, it will cause distress in other peers due to cheating scandals, as well as cause severe anxiety, depression, as well as suicidal ideation or self-harm intent. On March 19th of 2026, I came to work with my own school, specifically in my own grade. Using art, I made a coloring activity book to allow many of the students to de-stress. Many of them said it was fun, such as the crosswords and the word search. Plus, I made it really simple so that way nobody would overthink anything. My target was originally the seniors, but it ended up leading to so many other students who have been struggling in school. If you feel that school is taking a toll on you because you feel like you are not good enough to be the top student, you are not alone. There are many ways that you can help yourself and be able to continue. If you ever feel depression, anxiety, suicidal, or self-harm ideations at all because of the work, you can contact any numbers such as 988 or any local suicide hotline. If you're stressed and you don't want your own anxiety for testing to take over, talk to a counselor at your school. You can even start with something as simple as, "Please give me time because I need help." I'm doing this because I am that kid. I was the smart girl, always the teacher's pet, always the one who could get it done. I didn't know myself as anything else, and I used to be proud of it. I was a machine. I don't know myself as that same person. Now I know myself as a person who isn't good enough to pass, someone who is barely getting by and struggles to comprehend basic ideas in class. I feel as though I am a failure in my own academics. But because I feel like other people might feel that way too, I felt like I had to be their voice to tell them, "You'll be okay. I trust you." I didn't just do this for myself though. I did this for my dad, who's always been so supportive for me, even when he would get upset at low grades. He always has been my number one supporter. I did this for my popojia. The very best in me. She saw that. She didn't ever think that a number defined me. Lastly, I did this for my sister, my youngest sister, my special girl, my everything. I wanted to study this so that I could tell her everything is going to be all right. I wanted to simply tell her that it's okay to struggle. And as I said before, not just them, but also you. Whether you're in elementary, middle school, high school, college, trade school, or getting a new job, it's going to be okay. It's okay to struggle, get stressed. The best thing you can do for yourself when that happens is to take a break. Ground yourself. Remind yourself you are more than enough. You are someone who is brave, who's getting through every single day. You aren't just a number on a test score. You are a beautiful human, just like everyone that I know and love. Today is May 7th, 2026, and I'm officially 2 years clean of self-harm due to stress.
If you're struggling at school, ask for help. Your teachers are there to help you. Your parents, your peers, your friends, counselors, ask for help.
Thank you.